then the treasure is commensurately larger.
Or more diverse, and you get more roles. So.
And over the course of your career, one of the things I really... That's fantastic.
I love this opportune cheering. It makes me feel great. Kind of rock star moment here.
One of the things I really love about it is that the upper end of the treasure tables is stuff like, you know, one-of-a-kind artifacts and just mountains of gold, which is possible to find.
Sure.
Those things don't actually appear at any of the lower levels. You actually have to work your way through. The treasure is commensurate with your play experience. So. We feel it's a lot more comprehensive and a much more plausible way to approach fantasy. So. Trask, stuffed Trask. Yes.
Yeah, well, we don't have walrus stats in this book, but it wouldn't be hard to make one. You could take a seal and give him a decent natural attack, and I don't know about the smaller walrus pilot for that walrus, but or the zipper for the human-sized passenger. But.
Prizes, yes.
Prizes are part of Shadowplay. Has the book. It's something we brought up in the supplement we brought up about 2 years ago, year and a half. The big score. The big score. And so we wanted something that, instead of going with the gear system in Fantasycraft, has definitely changed. All of you who own it will know it's cash based. So yes, you buy stuff in silver, and so you can buy regular gear. All gear is in silver, but then you have this other sort of system.
There are two economies going on.
The second economy is your reputation.
Yeah.
So through adventuring, reputation is much more important than in Spycraft 2.0, that you earn. By doing adventures, by going out and kicking ass, by being the class you are, by having certain origin options, you get more reputation. You get that every adventure. By taking on bigger challenges and overcoming them. The game is about building a legend for your character. And that legend, you know, it's great to have a big pile of reputation points, but the cool thing is you can cash it in. And so you cash it in, you can buy renown, which will give you titles, which will give you access to certain favors. So by saying I'm building up my military standing, by being, you know, Lord General Ass Kicker, I now have access to, I can call in the army to help me with things. You know, I have access to these better, I can have people thrown in prison because I'm a commanding officer in the city guard. And so that's one way you can do it. You can also buy contacts. Contacts are not given, you have to earn them. And they're actual NPCs now. So you buy your friends. You say, like...
no longer is it a single class ability or skill use. It's a whole character that follows you around and does stuff. So.
Right, yes. That's something that many people have asked for. I see lots of heads nodding out there. So, yeah, so the contacts exist, and contacts help you in reasonable ways, but you can drive them away. And so, again, that costs you reputation. You have to put your you have to stop doing other things to jack up your own personal rep to bring this guy along. And then the other thing, of course, prizes. Well, these are all prizes. You have a limited number of prizes, so that's tied to your renown. You know, people only trust you with so many things, or you know, if you don't have a certain standing, then most people aren't going to hang out with you, or what have you. Magic items are another. The most common.
As are holdings.
Yeah, and holdings. Holdings are your houses, your or your secret bases, your hidey hole, your caves full of gold, whatever you want them to be, and then of course you have magic items and artifacts, which are a subclass of magic items, and so you don't have characters loaded down with tons of magic items a lot of times because you have to choose: am I gonna keep this magic sword or do I want friends? You know.
Yeah, it's sort of like the old adage. You can only have so much. You can become a celebrity, but you'll drive people, all your close friends away. You can have all the wealth in the world, but everyone will resent you. So there's a lot of that balance going on with the reputation end of the game system.
Right, and also, but reputation is more meaningful than it was in Spycraft 2.0. That it does give you, it is like a gear subcategory in a lot of ways. It's kind of like first edition. It's sort of like gadget points, you know, except that you're earning them.
Yeah, and they're perpetual.
They're perpetual, so you can expend it, and you can lose it by being a jackhole when you're in an adventure. You I decided to slaughter the town because I wanted to take their chickens. They're worth 1 silver each. Well, that's going to probably lose you some reputation. So it comes and it goes. But the thing is, it's a resource to be used. It's a resource to help build your legend, and it's a resource to help. You always should be spending it. Really, it's not about hoarding it. It's about using it in the proper way.
Anything else? Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about our new Spycraft stuff. We've got a couple new Spycraft books out at the show. Shadowplay is one of them. Odd Jobs is the other. Both of these books they're expansions to the Spycraft RPG. They collect PDFs and signs and portents articles that we've done before. And like I said, we've got the 2 World on Fire things coming up soon, which will have a whole bunch of new rules and setting material and story material in them.
Valve Silence.
And Valve Silence. We're just talking about the stuff that's close.
Right.
And Spellbound and the Fantasy Craft follow-ons.
Right.
The licenses are a little bit further out. You're not going to see the licenses this year. We'll be getting the first of them out hopefully in the first half of next year.
Yeah.
And we've got other stuff planned, but we'll be announcing it as it comes. Watch our site because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. There will be a portion of our site going live in the next few weeks, or possibly sooner, allowing people to start signing up for the licenses. So we'll be setting that up.
Yeah, so we're getting a little more aggressive with using the site as a communication vehicle, business vehicle.
Yeah, sign up to our RSS feed. It's crafty-games.com/need to know, all one word.
Right.
And that's awesome because it's a little microblog we've set up that you can you get all the news from the front page, and you get all the little product updates that we do and little news blurbs that we put out. And
yeah, and if you're not, if you don't want to follow that, if you're not an RSS user, then we have a Facebook feed which get the same information.
Or a MySpace page. We have a Twitter page. All of those get the same information.
We're all social media'd out.
Yeah.
And I've been Twittering like crazy here at the show, mainly again about those exciting arrivals and now departures of the.
Is there anything you guys want to see that we're not doing? Because obviously, I mean, we're really open to change, and we're a company that's constantly moving forward. So. We are going to do the question is, are we going to do a sci-fi toolkit? And yes, we are. There will be a Mastercraft sci-fi toolkit. We know what it's going to be. We don't know when it's going to release, and we're not going to talk about it until we're at a point where it's relatively soon.
Well, when 10KB is out, then you can go, okay, congratulations, you're going to need 10KB out. Where's this new thing?
Yeah.
That's a fair question at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm very excited about that one because the sci-fi one's one of mine, and it's hot. It's going to be a lot of fun to work on. So that's why that's the curse of Crafty Games. There's always like 6 hot things right across the horizon, which makes the dark, ugly labor of love that is the middle of every book this horrible.
When is it going to end?
Yeah, I really want to move forward and work on the fun part of that.
Well, that's what everybody wants to do.
Yeah, and if we did that, we'd have like 7 books that were 10% complete. So we're not going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. They're all creeping up. We have a little status bar where they're all at the same spot.
That RSS feed, by the way, that's our answer to the people that want all those progress bars, because actually it's a pretty good gauge of what we're working on. That when we finish things definitively, we'll be telling you. If you don't see a post from us on there for 7 days, it doesn't mean we're not working. It just means we haven't hit a milestone yet. So, but yeah.
Sometimes there's just the agonizing long period.
Oh, some other stuff. So we have a partnership, a new partnership with Pen and Paper Games that